Hi guys, my name is Mei-Ying and I usually make lifestyle videos over on my channel Mei-Ying Chow, where I take you to my uni, I take you on my holidays, and I do the odd study video here and there. However, today I am a guest vlogger here on Education First's YouTube channel, and it is my pleasure to be taking you around Brighton. I've lived here all my life and I've compiled a list of all the places that you must visit, so let's get started. So for our first stop, we are currently outside Oliver's Brighton, and this is for any Harry Potter fans out there. Oliver's is the perfect place if you want to buy a gift for a friend. They sell charms for £5. You can get the wands of your favourite character. They sell the Nimbus 2000. The location is also great as it's only a 30-second walk down from the station, number 42 Trafalgar Street. We've walked down to the level where we have the open market. The open market has been open since 2006 and it's owned by a community interest company. This is the perfect place to come if you're a student. There's a butcher's here, there's a bookshop, there's pet shops, there's a really nice florist if you're into horticulture and want to deck out your room with some new decor. I've also come here before when there was a kilo sale, which is basically when you pick up a whole kilo of clothes for £5. It's also worth popping by the fruit and veg shop, not only for the huge onions, but also because sometimes you can find a really good deal. My friend picked up 24 avocados for £1, which is an amazing bargain. As you'll see throughout this video, Brighton is a very vegan friendly place and this market is no exception. After the market, we then headed back up to the North Lanes, Pelicano, which is on Sydney Street. This is the perfect cafe if you want to just sit on a nice comfy sofa and read a book or the newspaper. Hot chocolate is not only perfect on a cold day like today, but also because they give it to you with a flake. That's right, a chocolate flake. We also got a custard cream blondie, which I'd never seen before. Then carrying on from Sydney Street, we walk along to Kensington Gardens. The cobbled streets make it very picturesque, and one of my favourite shops along here is Snoopers Paradise. People come from all over the world to Snoopers Paradise just so they can look at the antiques and look for any bargains or collectibles. They've got old cameras here, they've got teacups, they've got a great collection of hats. It's definitely an eclectic mix of items, and there is also a photo booth there so you can take some really nice retro photos with your friends. That's quite a common thing that a lot of people go there to do. This isn't necessarily the best place to come if you're allergic to dust mites, but sometimes you find a really good bargain. Then at the end of the Twitten, we come to the Balcony Cafe. I often come here with friends for brunch as they have an amazing student menu and as well as a really good breakfast menu. We have a pesto mozzarella chicken burger with coleslaw and chips. And it's quite nice just to watch all the hustle and bustle below, and if you're into people watching, then this is the perfect place for you. Moving on from Kensington Gardens, we are heading to Gardner Street. So this is where my sister is actually a local. They know her and they know our dog Dim Sum very well. This is Bird and Blend. Bird and Blend is the perfect place to go if you are into your tea. And what I like about it is that it actually originated in Brighton. They have a few pop-up shops in London and other places, but it was started in Brighton, and something that they're all passionate about is spending money in local shops, which I also agree with, as I read the other day that for every £1 that you spend in an independent business, 70p circulates back into the local economy compared with a 5p trickle back if you spend it from online shopping or a big retailer. Me and my sister got a Unicorn Fizz iced tea, which is really cool because it changes colour from a blue to a pink when you put in all the different shots. After exploring the lanes and all of the little quirky independent shops, we headed down towards the beach. I thought I'd show you my favourite donut shop in the whole of Brighton. It's situated in one of the little bandstand type buildings along the promenade, and why I like the donuts so much is not only that they're cheaper than the donuts at the pier, but they're freshly made, so they're hot and they're coated in sugar. However, the one thing you should look out for is seagulls. I walked for half an hour to pick up a donut with my friend, and a seagull came along and stole it out of my hands. The seagulls clearly know how good these donuts are. So the plan is to now burn off all the calories we've eaten today by riding the bikes along the Brighton promenade along the seafront. So I've downloaded the app Social Bikes, and you don't have to pay with cash, you just add your credit card or debit card onto it and it pays automatically. We're going to pick up 2 bikes from the nearest stop and then we're going to cycle all the way over to Hove Lawns. It would be quite a long walk and we want to get there before the sun sets, so that's why we're going to ride bikes. Sometimes I cycle to the marina, which is a 7, 8, 9 mile cycle, but today we thought we'd just cycle to Hove Lawns, which is just under a 3-mile cycle there and back. We've made it to Marrocco's, which is a really popular gelato ice cream place. Marrocco's has been around since the 1960s and it's by far one of Brighton's best ice cream shops. We went for a pomegranate sorbet, which was so refreshing after a nice bike ride, and it was £2.70 for 1 scoop. You walk 30 seconds from Morocco's and you've reached the beach huts. These are right in front of Hove Lawns, which is opposite the beach. It's really nice. It's a perfect place to walk your dog if you've got one. This is a great spot for taking photos. You'll see this on everyone's Instagrams. You can pick from a variety of colours and which beach hut fits your Instagram theme. It's currently 5 o'clock, so the sun is setting, so my sister and I thought we would just spend an hour here relaxing on the beach. I find that the further away you go from the pier and the city centre, the quieter it gets, but come 6 o'clock my sister and I are going to head to our favourite seafood restaurant, the Regency. It is one of the best seafood restaurants in Brighton, the freshest fish, and they also have a wall of fame going up from their toilets, which is quite nice. My sister and I often go for 2 seafood risottos, but so that you can see more variation of the stuff that they have on their menu, we went for 2 different dishes. It's also a decently priced restaurant as well, and you often see a lot of people go in there and order huge platters of oysters and huge seafood plates. We ended up just sitting in the restaurant for about an hour, enjoying our meal and watching the sunset, but we decided not to have pudding here as I wanted to take you to my favourite place to come at night time. If you're looking for somewhere to relax and chill out in the evening, then the Hope and Ruin is the perfect place for you. I came here for my 18th birthday and I think I ordered, I'd say 10 to 15 vegan brownies for me and all my friends. They do vegan Oreo brownies, peanut butter brownies, and I've had a Terry's chocolate orange one once. But the reason why they're so good is because they warm them up for you. They're hot and gooey on the inside, but then still crunchy on the outside. They often do gigs here as well with live artists of all tastes and genres, so it's definitely worth coming down here one evening. I hope you've enjoyed this little tour around Brighton, and if so, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to EF and feel free to pop over to my channel. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!